So we have a lot that is going on in the Love Island stratosphere, and you know, a lot that I want to get off my chest, and I feel like we should just talk about it. Hey guys, it's Murad Morali. Hopefully you guys are doing well today. Back again with another video. If you haven't subscribed, guys, click that button for daily and consistent content. Subscribe. Head over to my Instagram, my Patreon, my merch. Do not send any hate to any of the Love Islanders addressed in this video. Please don't go send any hate, and let's just get straight into this. So a lot is going on here and there, and I want to really, you know, talk about it because I feel like, you know, there are some things that I want to get off my chest, some things that slightly irate me. I touched on it in my previous video, but we're going to go into it properly when it comes to this video because I feel like this is a good way to engineer this type of conversation. So we have first and foremost Lauren, I believe her name is. She was the quote unquote British girl that decided to go on Love Island USA. I don't know where she's from in the UK. Apparently, we're just going to say Middlesbrough. I just came out of my head. We're just going to make up some place in the UK that she's from. She's from Middlesbrough. Let's just say that. And suddenly she said, can't sit and call all of this and see it coming. My girl was on the show for 22 seconds, but suddenly has become Sherlock Holmes, doing CSI, FBI, MI6, and knew that everything was going to happen. No, you didn't. So please close your mouth. People are really irritated with her because they find out, like, why are you talking? In actual fact, she was actually liking tweets, or a tweet about Justine and Caleb saying, I feel like I just got played by Justine and Caleb and it wasn't my relationship, as if Justine had anything to do with it, which she didn't. And he said that you've been played by both of them implies that you thought that they were both faking it. So that, you know, unnecessary shade, I feel like it just isn't necessary. It is. Listen, let me just get a damn broom, because the way I'm cleaning up all these damn islanders who are coming for Justine really irritating me. And you one day, like, I don't understand what is going on here. But let me just get this broom and start cleaning you all out, because I need to start, that's what I need to start doing. Because you lot thought that you come for Justine and you one day, and I'm gonna just sit there silent. No, bro, we gotta sweep you all out. You lot are so damn low, I don't even have a broom to sweep you up sometimes, but today I do. So, like, flipping hell, man. Cigarettes, close your mouths. Shut up. You guys are so annoying. It's just so irritating. It's so irritating. So, yeah. I don't know who she is, but I feel like she came on the show and she was just she tried to put on a performance. It just came a little bit weird with the whole Mackenzie and Connor stuff. I feel like she was just doing the absolute most. Now we have Amber from Love Island, who is still dragging Lucy, and I'm so here for that. Take the note, Love Island, US Love Islanders, because you guys are also damn sensitive. We still have the winner of Love Island UK. He was still dragging her with her chest. By the way, asking someone you don't know, well, who has an ethnic name, if you can call them a nickname, is not a term of endearment, it's a microaggression. And you don't have the right to say there is no malicious, sinister intent. You just don't do it. I thought that was just common sense. Now I will let it go as it's boring, but you can't comment saying I was going to do it, I was doing it to use as a term of endearment, no sinister intent. You need to learn it's actually not okay, just apologize and move on. It's just really as simple as that. So of course, you know, she's sitting there dragging Lucy through the mud, and let's just say Lucy's a pig because she's been rolling in the mud for a very long time, and I really don't care for her, to be honest with you. I really don't, and I feel like, you know, you can't come up and say stuff like this because these are very harsh allegations and you have no substance behind it. You know, you're casually throwing these words out. I think it's very distasteful. Extremely. So we have that going on as well. Now, I did speak about, you know, whole situation with one islander and how he was doing the most. We also had some other islanders or whatever in my DMs. Now the islander that was in my DM, some people are saying is Caleb. Caleb and me have spoken on Instagram when I was interviewing them and everything. So he would have already been in my messages had he spoken to me, but obviously he hasn't, not that I care, or, you know, no shade, no tea to him in that way. But we had Carrington, who decided to come into my DMs, and then he swiftly deleted it. So I just saw it like 5, 6 in the morning. I read it, the way I read like 5, 6, I didn't read that much of it because I felt like it was so many paragraphs. I'm thinking, is my guy writing a book? My guy came through with the whole situation, and he then deleted it. I believe maybe he had regrets, maybe he didn't want to, maybe he was scared that he might get dragged by like Johnny or whatever. But he didn't come with any vim. He didn't come with any unnecessary nonsense. It wasn't rude on his behalf. I don't think he was coming across in that way. Listen, I like Carrington. I feel like once he left the show, he wasn't doing anything, you know, unnecessary. He wasn't trying to rant on people. He was just minding his own business and focusing on himself and not looking to be messy. So post the show, I don't like how he treated Laurel, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people would agree with. Here and there, I feel like his heart wasn't in it. Fair enough. You get thrown into this competition and you may not like people, you may like people. But post the show, I do have grown to like Carrington. I feel like he just minds his business, and I feel like he doesn't get involved or do anything rude or shady for no reason. Not like the other casts. I feel like he just minds his business. But at the same time, he came into the DM and then he deleted it because I was set to reply the next morning. Ain't no way I'm replying to you at 5 in the morning. I need to sleep. But then he deleted it, and it was a reference to, I believe, Kirsten defending her or something like this, I think, and he also mentioned Justine. So what he was saying, look at this salacious tea, the way I'm giving you guys, this is absolutely ridiculous. Why these Love Islanders are coming for me, I really don't know. He wasn't really coming for me, he was coming in a proper nice tone. It wasn't an aggressive message at all. I want to make that clear. So he wasn't being rude, but he was having this kind of unnecessary conversation in reference to the fact that I said that Kirsten had 26,000 teeth. I actually took that back in the same sentence. I said, I'm sorry, and I take it back. I was doing a lot. Because of course, when you're one day and Justine are getting dragged on the same day, and the whole Caleb situation, I'm going to defend people that I know, physically, people that I've met, people that I know, people that I speak to. I'm going to defend them, and it's just going to be a lot. And then dragging Lucy, a lot was going on. It was a very, very busy 3 days, very overwhelming. Not only am I reviewing the show, but I'm defending Friends. So, a lot was going on here and there, and Kirsten just had to be recalled here and there. So, but I don't think 26,000 teeth is that serious for you lot to be crying. I really don't understand. I find it to be something that you guys need to really just grow up. It's really something about how, no one will like it if they said anything about Justine, so you shouldn't say about Kirsten, something along these lines. I didn't read the entire message, so this is not word for word verbatim, so don't say I'm not quoting him at all. Something like that, like, people wouldn't say about Justine, so you wouldn't say about Kirsten. I don't think you can compare the two. Kirsten didn't win the show with somebody who proved to be a liar and then was, doomed and fooled. Justine evidently did, so it's a very different look. And what we're not going to do is compare a black woman to a white woman in America when the damn country was built on race issues. But evidently, as a white American man, you probably wouldn't even know that. I believe you may be Native American or something, but you're white passing, which is enough. And you're not really in tuned as much as people of color, black men, black women, brown men, brown women, and so forth when it comes to that country, which is built on race issues. So I feel like that's where we're going to start, and we're going to end it with a lot more as this video continues. But I feel like you're not as privy to this, so we cannot compare them two, because they're both going to be treated severely different on a show like Love Island, because racism is through thick and thin. But I believe it's something that you may not experience as much, so therefore you wouldn't be in tune about it. So this is not really a dragging. This is more of a gathering. We're here to gather and talk and discuss, because I feel like we can engineer this conversation. So this isn't really me coming bad at Carrington. As I said, I like the guy, but I feel like a lot of white people, especially in America, can be quite aloof to these kind of conversations because they don't know what they're talking about. So please stay in tune and please just listen. No shade, no tea. Now, I do feel like you're being overly sensitive about the 26,000 teeth comment. You also have to have the conversation by the fact that if you are a public figure and you've changed your face and you've done things, like if I had a nose job, if I pulled my ears forward or back, or if I had a facelift and it did not look right, or to some people it didn't look right, they're going to comment down below. They're going to tweet about it because I'm a public figure. I'm talking to you guys. You guys will notice a difference and people will just comment. It is what it is. It's not that serious. But at the same time, I never said the girl was ugly. I literally said she's not clapped. I literally said that she looked stunning on the show, complimenting her. I just said that I feel like these, changes, I just don't get too used to it because you can go down a very tricky road. And a lot of girls, there's a lot of pressure on girls. I don't like it. And I just made that quick joke, 26,000 teeth. I don't think it's that serious for everyone to be, crying around here. I just feel like Love Island, US Love Islanders are extremely sensitive and I don't have time for it. Because hello, Maura.
That's not
yes,
it.
you.
I'm flabbergasted. They asked me a question.
Don't lie to my face. Piss
I
off.
can't stand here and scream and shout with you.
Yeah, and what do you expect me to do? Go in and suck you off or something? No.
We also have, when Amber was dragging everyone left, right, centre.
Don't look over here. Bye. Don't look over here. You sure? You're 100% sure on someone?
You don't think that's causing problems, Amber?
But you're giving me your word when your word means fuck all. Okay.
Then we have flipping Anna, who read Jordan for filth.
2 days! 2 days! What kind of guy asks a girl to be their girlfriend and 2 days later they crack on with fucking another girl?
You know,
You idiot!
Maybe if you're
No wonder you've had one relationship and you fucked 100 girls.
Then we also have Georgia Steele and Ali Brown, who got into it.
Ellie, you need to pipe down because you're
Sit in front of me,
shut
Georgia. Say how fucking loyal you are when you were lying.
Oh, don't even chase me. What are you going to do, babe?
Then we also have Theo and Johnny, who got into it.
Mate, what are you calling a Bennett? I'm calling you a Bennett. Why are you calling me a Bennett? Sit down, it's not free.
So, this is what the show's about. It's people, they're very upfront, they're brutal, they're ruthless. So if this is the type of stuff that I normally review and talk about, and the attitude and what we have, none of these islanders are going to be crying over someone saying 26,000 teeth. I've dragged islanders for far worse on Love Island UK. So as I've said, you guys may be new to the concept because your season is finally doing good. But the only reason why Love Island USA Season 2 has made any conversation any good change, any, you know, value to people outside of the country, may you think that the show is doing okay now for Americans for once, it's only because of Cely and Justine. These two islanders were the only two islanders who made that show. Had Cely and Justine not been on Love Island season 2, it would not have been what it is today. And that is an absolute fact. So I apologize. I don't even apologize. But to any of the other islanders who feel like, oh, you know, you're not Cely and Justine, you guys were just bystanders. You guys were team furniture. You guys were just there to engineer a storyline, and that is it. It is what it is. Like, it is what it is. Cely and Justine just had the it factors. They were the girls. The other people just didn't here and there. What can I say about it? I don't know, guys. But I just feel like, you know, when we look at Love Island UK, you know, I just feel like it's just ridiculous. I'm like, it's absolutely pathetic that people are getting really emotional over a comment about 26,000 teeth, making a face comment, this, that, which I also took back and apologized for in the video because I feel like it was a little bit too much. But at the end of the day, it's not that serious. So please just grow up. I don't think it's serious. Moving on to when it comes to Kirsten. This individual, I don't think she is a Trump supporter, so I'm not going to say she's a Trump supporter. I believe she has said in an interview that she's not. So let's not say that she is, because she has said herself that she's not. So let's not put words in her mouth. However, she did say that, you know, she's not educated in politics enough, and that she likes what he's done for the military because her dad is a cop or whatever. Didn't Trump call veteran losers and then ban the trans people from joining the military? Like, I'm genuinely confused. And, you know, for her to say that she's not as educated in politics, I think is absolutely pathetic and ridiculous and stupid. But what can we expect from a white American girl whose life is bliss and doesn't have any major issues going on for her outside of anything when it comes to relationships? Let's be real now. How am I, somebody who's not even American, is more educated on politics in a country that I'm not even from, more educated than you, it seems? I think it's pathetic that people who aren't political, you know, have the privilege not to be political because life doesn't affect them like that. And that's what happens when it comes to white men and white women. Let me make it very flipping clear to you that you are where you are when it comes to white people, specifically in America, because of the color of your skin. Let's not get it twisted. The country is built on race issues. Do you really understand how crazy and deep-seated and institutionalized it is? The idea that, yes, you know, your father's a, you know, a cop, and, you know, you support the police, and understand you can't support the police and then support Black Lives Matter. I think it's ridiculous. I'm so sorry, but there's a major hypocrisy here, and I feel like, you know, maybe you need some education when it comes to this matter. Please read a few books, please research online, but it's ridiculous to think that you can support both the police and both Black Lives Matter. That in itself is ridiculous. How deeply institutionalized racist the police system is, not only in America but also in the world, is intertwined with a lot of judiciary and environmental racism as well. It's ridiculous. For example, a lot of black people in the US, they just cannot swim because they don't have the desire to swim. They don't have the intent to swim. Why don't they have the desire to swim, for example? Because when they did want to swim back in the 60s and 50s, you had a lot of white people who were throwing acid and poison into the water, which would prevent them from swimming due to separation, segregation, and then passing through generations, they don't want to teach their children to swim, and then their children to swim, which is why the majority of black people, I believe, cannot swim because of generational trauma that is carried down due to severe forms of racism, is an example. We have a black woman who tried to get an appraisal on her house, and of course they gave her low appraisal, but then when she took everything down that related to her ancestry and her life, and her white husband, you know, did the appraisal, it was raised. So let's talk about how institutionalized racism is and how somebody is sitting there saying that, you know, you don't know much about politics. I'm glad that you wish to educate yourself and you've admitted that, but to sit there and say that, you know, you like some of Trump's stuff and this, well, obviously Trump's life doesn't really affect you. Clearly he doesn't want people like me in your country with a Muslim ban. Clearly he wants to put Latin kids in cages. Clearly he called the Charlottesville white supremacists very fine people. Clearly he's sitting there and doesn't give a damn about anyone who's black at all, unless they obviously want, you know, ride his coattail for the benefit of his own career. The country is built on race issues through thick and thin from day one, especially from how they, you know, were disgustingly disrespectful to Native Americans. And I feel like to sit there and say that, you know, you're not really sure which one you're going to vote for the election, you have to vote through them, is absolutely pathetic. The fact that you already don't know from the jump. I don't like Biden, I don't like Obama. And I feel like people think that if you hate Trump, you love Obama or Biden. No, Obama was disgusting for the stuff that he did, horrific. And I think Biden is the lesser of two evils. But Trump is ridiculous, crazy, and has definitely not birthed, he has reignited the disgusting white supremacist racism that is bred in America. So I just find it to be ridiculous from watching that interview that you would say something like this. And I feel like, you know, let's educate ourselves, because I feel like, you know, you're quite bothered by the 26,000 comment tweet. Apparently, allegedly, I believe, I'm not quoting what quote because I didn't read the proper DM, but if that is the case to be true, that you're bothered by that, but then you're not bothered by a lot of Trump's policies, because clearly you're not bothered or understanding as to which one you're going to vote for. Make it make flipping sense, because I'm not really here for it. I don't know what it is, but I'm not here for white American USA girls. You lot are really trying me the most right now. We have the 2 other Love Island girls from after the Love Island show, and now we have you as well. Don't get it twisted, because I'm not really here for this nonsense. I have plenty of white American friends who are girls, especially in LA and New York, plenty who don't move like this. They're obviously quite educated, but we have a lot of ditzy white American girls who are very aloof, confused, and are no different to Fiat 500 white British girls over here in the UK who act as catalysts to racism, who act as catalysts to stuff. And Emmett is an example for what that white woman did to him and caused him his damn life. Let alone the white girl tried to steal the young black boy's phone. We see all of this stuff going on, so forth. And the Capitol flipping protesters, or not protesters, the Capitol, individuals, the white supremacists, obviously one of them, the major one who was wearing this ruffy feather thing, got arrested and taken in, and they, catered to his vegan diet. Oh, how cute that the ICE catered to his vegan diet. But when a Muslim man was put in there, he was forced to eat bacon and nobody really cared. So let's not run these damn topics, and don't sit here and be upset about a 26,000 comment tweet and being so damn insensitive when you're so aloof to how vindictive Trump can be. And, I'm so sorry, you cannot be pro-police, pro because your father's a cop, but then pro-BLM. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Do you understand? None of it makes sense, because every flipping other day, the police, this is what they do. They attack, they go for, people of color, but specifically black people, 24/7 every single damn day. Their lives are at stake 24/7 every single day. And as somebody who is an American, doesn't even know what's going on, doesn't even know about Trump's policies. Like, I didn't even know this. I had no idea I would have spoken about this ages ago. It's just pathetic. I find it to be lazy. You need to do more as an individual, as somebody who now is an influencer public figure, because you consciously decide to go on a show that I speak about. So I find it to be hilarious, and I feel like you need to just get a grip. No shade, no tea. Please don't send any hate to Kirsten or Carrington or anybody involved. Again, I don't dislike anybody. This was just a gathering, some education. I need to be more educated more as well. I'm not somebody who is the most educated person in the world. Let's not get it twisted. There's a lot more for me to learn. Let's not get what's the word? Let's not get overconfident and cocky. There's a lot for me to learn in life. I'm only, a 24-year-old. But at the same time, I find this to be very, very worrying. And an example of a lot of white American girls in the US who are sitting there saying that they don't know who to vote for. How ridiculously stupid is that statement? And then for the white girls to be interviewing her to not even check her is also another problem. This is what I mean. They don't see it as a problem. You cannot sit here and be apolitical. You cannot sit here and be apolitical. You can't anymore. There's too much at stake. Too much is going on. Too many lives are being lost. You cannot sit here. This is why I dragged up Lucy for being a Tory, and I will drag up any damn islander for being a Tory. Yes, you can like specific policies of people. I understand that, but the majority of policies should outweigh whatever the hell you may like because of the stuff that they may do. And you can't say you need to be more educated on BLM, but then you're gonna be educated on the police. They both. It doesn't make any sense. I just feel like you need to just be educated, and I feel like a lot of these white islanders are just very confused, and I will stay calling you out for your ignorance and for your nonsense if you keep coming this way. This is why the majority of islanders who support me are black and brown islanders. This is why we have Anna, we have Amber, we have Yewande, we have Justine, we have even now Cely, etc, etc, etc. It really goes on. So because I'm always going to be in tune and defend people of color, it is what it is. You cannot compare Justine and Kirsten. I don't think he was trying to do that, but he was just saying that he may be of understanding that I like Justine, so it wouldn't be nice for somebody to cuss. It wouldn't be nice to cuss. It wouldn't be nice for somebody to cuss Justine. So then I should be doing it for Kirsten and so forth. I get the point that he was trying to make, I believe, but also I feel like he was quite aloof, and also you're just being oversensitive. Grow the hell up, please, because Love Island UK is the complete opposite. Listen, if you think that was too sensitive, Maura, Amber, Anna, they would have dragged Kirsten up and down the damn road. So let's not get it twisted, please. Or even Ellie, or even Theo. There's so many people who are on smoke. So I don't know why. This is a very long video. I didn't mean it to be. Again, do not send hate. I feel like this is just more of an education, a gathering. We can all educate ourselves. Maybe there's more education for me to do in the comments below. There's people don't understand how instilled and deep racism is, and it really irritates the hell out of me. We see it on our screens. We see it from the jobs that we do. If I wanted to get insurance out, maybe my insurance will have less options because of my name as opposed to a white name. This is how serious this stuff can be. So it's very deep and instilled, and I feel like we see it, we're privy to it, but some people are not, and they want to play aloof, or they're not as educated about it, or they, I get it, she wants to educate herself, amazing, but do the work, hopefully you will, but to be sitting there months before the election and not knowing what you're going to do is really, really worrying and really confusing and really, really damaging. And I feel like it's a conversation I should have had ages ago. I don't know why I'm talking about it now, mainly because I feel like it's all intertwined and something that I wanted to get off my chest. But again, guys, don't send any hate to any of the islanders. This is not a video to spread hate. This is a video we can critique people when it comes to stuff like politics and stuff and what their views are, and just have a conversation without gearing up an attack on anybody. So don't send anybody hate. I did not want to do a 20-minute video. Here I am. Subscribe to the channel, guys. Click that button for daily and consistent content. Subscribe, and I'll catch you guys soon for another video.